So I just saw It Chapter 2, and I gotta say, it scared the bejeebies out of me. Let's talk about it, shall we? Hey, I'm TobyPasta, and welcome to this YouTube video. Today, we're gonna be talking about It Chapter 2 and what I thought of it. Was it scary? Was it spooky? Was it worth the watch? For a short answer, absolutely. This movie was definitely worth the watch. So I gotta warn you before that the beginning of this video is spoiler free. There's no spoilers at all. This is for people who are interested in the movie but haven't seen it yet. But after we talk about that, we're gonna go into the spoilers. So are you ready? Let's check it out. It Chapter 2 follows the losers once again after 27 years. They have to figure out how to stop the madness that Pennywise has been doing to Derry. This movie is filled with thrills and chills. There were some moments that shook me down to the core. I just was scared out of my pants. And then there was a lot of great funny moments. Like, I gotta say, this movie has some dark themes to it. And with the comedic value that you get out of it, it doesn't outweigh, but it helps out with the dark themes. It works together to ease up the movie and ease up the tension, if you know what I mean. We got a really great cast for this movie. For example, we have Jessica Chastain as Bev, James McAvoy as Bill. Oh, if you've seen Split, oh man, he's a great actor. I liked Bill Hader, he was Richie. Isaiah Mustafa was Mike. James Ranson was Eddie. Jay Ryan was Ben. Andy Bean was Stanley. And then there's Bill Skarsgård as everybody's favorite, Pennywise. So we got a really great cast. And they've done a phenomenal job with their acting. You're telling me that this movie is filled with thrills and chills, but what do you personally think of this movie? And I gotta say, out of 5 scared Tobys, I have to give this a 4. The jumps got me good. There was pretty good jumps. And the thrills shook my spine. But nothing made me scream like a banshee. And hey, that's okay. I mean, when I was in the audience, there were a lot of people who screamed. But maybe it just wasn't for me, like scream-wise. I mean, I enjoy a good jump scare too, but I think the best part out of this is that they didn't need to really use jump scares to really scare you. There were certain moments that just made you feel uncomfortable, and that's the best part out of this. And I gotta say, when I went to go see it, somebody brought in a balloon, and there was a part where Pennywise showed up, and all of a sudden you just see this blue balloon just flying up in the air. That scared the life out of so many people, and I thought that was freaking hilarious. So there's nothing that I could really say to not spoil the movie, so that was kind of the portion of the spoiler free. I wish I could say more, but I don't want to ruin the movie for you. I really want you to go check out the movie and then check out this next part where I talk about some spoilers. So, if you've already seen the movie, how about it? Now let's go talk about some spoilers, shall we? Beep beep, Richie. Now we're getting into some very good parts of this. I gotta say, if you're wondering what the scariest part for me was in this entire movie, definitely has to be when frickin' Paul Bunyan comes to life. I know a lot of people probably don't know about this with me, but I have megalophobia, which is the fear of giant statues and stuff like that. So when I saw Paul Bunyan come to life and go after Richie, I lost it. I was freaking scared. Pennywise doesn't come close to the fear that I had for Paul Bunyan. Holy cow, it scared me so much. Let's talk about some other moments. Out of all the forms that Pennywise has turned into, I gotta say, the scene with Ben and Beverly, when he was going back into the school, it scared the life out of me, seeing that basically was Beverly with her hair caught on fire. The way she was moving and running and the hair just, gave me the heebie-jeebies. Next to that naked grandmother. That was hilarious. That was awesome. That was... We were laughing so hard in the theater when we were seeing that. It wasn't moving normal at all. The story's pacing in this one was a lot better than the 90s counterpart, but there's not much you can do about it due to the fact that the 90s version was a television series compared to this, as this was a theatrical release. I gotta say, Pennywise was a lot more brutal in this. Holy cow. There was a scene where a firefly was just flying through and the kid just went after the firefly, and she encountered Pennywise, and she was a bit creeped out at first, but then she turned around and was about to leave. But then Pennywise convinced her to come back. He started crying and all that. The way he just munched onto the child, oh my gosh, that was pretty creepy. Holy cow. They did such a great job with the CGI in this. I'm a big fan of the CGI in this movie. Oh my gosh. Oh, I jumped. I jumped. It was pretty nuts. I could have sworn that they said the F word at least over 100 times in this movie, and I found it quite interesting. Maybe it is a Mainers thing for saying the F word every other sentence, but that was a lot. That was a lot. When we saw Henry Bauer back, he was a lot scarier in this one. I mean, he was a bit scary in the first one when he was younger, but I gotta say, just the way he acted, the way he smiled and giggled, it shook me to the core. It's sad to me that we didn't really see much of Belch in this movie. If you don't know who Belch is, he was one of Henry Bauer's other bully friends. He was played by Jake Sim. I wish we saw more of Belch. I was just questioning the whole time, where is he? Where is Belch? It saddened me a little bit, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. Now, the spider scene there with Stan's head coming out of the fridge, holy cow. Oh man, that was creepy. That was really creepy. The way it was crawling and moving after Richie and Eddie, holy cow. I jumped. It was a thrill ride for sure. And one of my favorite scenes was definitely when they showed the little puppy. When they were opening the doors, the not scary at all door. Oh man, that puppy was really cute. Right, Pierre? Pennywise was hilarious and quite menacing. So it's a true scary mix. But I gotta say, oh man, when Stephen King popped up as a cameo, I lost it. I could not believe that he was in there, but I was told. Personally, I haven't watched a lot of Stephen King movies. I've only seen these It movies, the 90s It, Silver Bullet. I haven't seen any of the Carries yet. So yeah, I didn't know that sometimes he plays as cameos in his movies, and I thought that was pretty awesome. He did a wonderful job. Oh man, it felt like a Stan Lee moment. It was nice. It was awesome. I gotta say, the ending to this movie was a lot better than its 90s counterpart. We weren't stuck with a traffic jam like in the 90s, the 90s movie. So this was pretty awesome. To finish this video off, I gotta say, yes, it was definitely worth the watch. It Chapter 2, I feel, outperformed It Chapter 1 by a landslide. It was nice. It was scarier, a lot scarier. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more mini movie reviews like this, then let me know. I plan on making some more of these once I see some movies in theaters and watching some movies at home. I'm TobyPasta, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you around. Bye. Perfect. When we saw Henry, are you just cleaning yourself on film? Alright, here we go. My cat cleaning himself on film. He just doesn't care.